Hello everyone, welcome to this week's market commentary on the dollar index and currency markets. My name's Travis McKenzie from Trader Precision and I'll be filling in for Nick McDonald this week. Now last week Nick was talking about on the dollar index daily chart here that we're still making higher lows, but we'd put in our first lower high and price looked like it was rolling over. And he said based on what he was looking at the other currencies and what he was seeing on these charts, he was thinking that price would push down to this 79 level and obviously looking for trading opportunities all the way down to there. And that's exactly what happened last week. But what's really caught my eye this week is not only have we got down to the 79 level, we had a very minor bounce off it, but we've pushed on through that level. Now, the thing that has really caught my eye is if we come and have a look at this weekly chart here, you can see since about November of last year, we've been putting in higher lows the whole way through. Even this low here was higher than the low before it. So we were putting in higher lows. However, price had rolled over and we put in a couple of lower highs here. So we had no real direction there with lower highs but higher lows, no direction to really speak of on that longer term weekly chart. But what we've had as of the end of last week was that this low has now been broken. If I show you here, the low there from the week before was 78.79 and last week's low was 78.72. So you can see it has actually broken that low. So now, regardless of where it turns around, we have put in our first lower low. So now we've got lower highs and lower low. Very bearish sign there on the weekly for the dollar index. If we come and have a look at the monthly chart, Nick again was talking about that we had this rejection candle here and the price was sort of hovering here, and then a break below the low of this candle would also look very bullish for a move back down to these lows down here. And that's again exactly what's happened. If we look at the low of last month, it was 78.87 and this week a low of 78.72. So we have broken that low with another rejection candle, so looking very, very bearish there on the monthly. Now Nick was saying that if his preferred trade of last week would be a move down through 79, if he didn't get any short bounces off here, any bounces off that level, that he could trade long, he'd be looking for a move through the 79 level and then a retracement back up to the 79 and then looking to short from that level down. And I think that's exactly what what I'm going to be stalking this week. That's going to be my setup of choice of this week. And what I want to show you, if we come down to the 240-minute chart, something else that has caught my eye here. I've drawn through here on the 79 level where this support and resistance level is. If we go back and have a look in the past of what's happened when prices got down to that level, it gives you a reasonable indication of what's likely to happen this time. So if we have a look in the past here, as prices come down to test 79, we've got bullish divergence. Indicators are pushing up while price is pushing down, and then we get a nice bounce off that, so no real follow through that level. Then we come to the next one here. Price pushes down through 79. We don't really have any sign of bullish divergence there at all, but ever so slightly, but not really standard. Ever so slightly, we get a bounce up. We come and have a look at the last time it did it. Pushes on down to 79, making lower lows, but these indicators pushing up, giving us a sign through here of again bullish divergence. Now this time when we look at this, we're making lower lows, but the indicators are keeping up, pushing down lower. No signs of bullish divergence there yet. So that gives me another layer to the evidence I'm looking for that this could be the move that we're looking for a longer and more powerful move down. So what I'll be looking for this week is moves back up to this 79 level and looking for shorting opportunities off that 79 level and going lower. If we come and have a look at the higher time frames to see possibly where this could go, realistically the next level of support and resistance is down towards this 78 key level. So that gives us a good move of at least 75 pips down to that level, and then once it gets down there, as we've been doing in the past, looking for if the opportunity arises for bounces off that level, or once again waiting for a breakthrough and trading retests of that 78 level short. So I think this week could really be the catalyst to see the dollar index roll over and get a big move lower, and there should be some good shorting opportunities. So let's just have a look at some of the major forex pairs that make up the index to see what that's telling us. Looking at the euro here, euro is held really well at this 13,000 level and is not pushing on strongly, but it's just slowly grinding higher, and there's nothing really there to indicate that it's going to see that roll over. However, I will mention it's coming up to some, not the strongest of support levels. That level there is about 1.3290. So 1.3290. There is a reasonable level of resistance there. Sorry, I said support before I meant to say resistance. So there's a reasonable level of resistance there. So that will be a test of it. It's 50 odd pips away. If it can break through that and push higher, I think that's really going to be bearish for that dollar index. Now looking at the pound has just gone from strength to strength. It has really rallied on hard from last week, and it's pushing up higher. And there's no real resistance I can see in the immediate short term that potentially is going to stop that. I mean, we could see a pullback is likely back to this support level there, which is at 1.6124, and then I'll be looking for bounces off that, which would be coinciding with that buy zone and pushing out higher. So again, that looks very bearish for the dollar index. So there you go, guys. That's my views for the week going forward on the dollar index. I think we should see some good opportunities shorting off that 79 level and then further on down to 78. Have a good week's trading.